Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live again. Today we have Dr. Radha Singh from Gurugram, who is a dynamic educationist, teacher training expert, and a mentor extraordinaire. Dr. Radha is an accomplished and a dynamic educationist and is currently functioning as an educational consultant. Her illustrious career spans 3.5 decades. Having secured an PhD in education and training, she is instrumental in intensifying professional developments of educators, principals, and teachers alike. She has conducted numerous seminars and leadership programs for principals. She is very passionately involved in setting up schools and also school empowerment training professionals, development of faculty, and has conducted more than 5,600 trainings for teachers and principals on various aspects of education. She is also the recipient of several awards, including Transformational Leadership Award, Development Award by an international organization affiliated to the UN in New Delhi on the occasion of the World Environment Day and Education Icon 2018 for her remarkable contribution in the field of education and valuable services to the community as an educator for outstanding merit. Excellent leadership and interpersonal skills, good organizational skills, and the ability to motivate and mobilize long term teams has kept her in good stead in implementing education policies. Let's welcome Dr. Radha Singh. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Reena. Pleasure meeting you again after a long while.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's the same here. Okay,
Yeah, we
ma'am, my
haven't met, I
usual
think, for more
question.
than about 5 months. Yeah.
Yes, yes, more than about 5 months. My usual
Yes.
question is, ma'am, what brought you into education? As far as I
I've had,
know, he holds two PhDs, which is unusual.
yes,
Which is
which is
unusual.
unusual. Yes.
Yes.
I've had some very life-changing experiences where children were concerned in the education side. They were going to school and some very not so happy experiences, and that set me thinking as to what we can do to make this a very joyful experience. Because I feel education by itself has to be a very joyful engagement of children. Otherwise, there's no learning that's happening. Probably they're rote memorizing and they may get marks in the board examination. But when we talk of education, it cannot happen if you're not enjoying what you're doing. So, seeing what is happening in front of me, it set me thinking, like, if we need to make this a joyful experience, what is it that we can all do? Because education will change only if we make it happen, not by just talking and saying, I've made an education policy, new education policies are coming, let them keep coming. But how does that impact you? It will impact you only when you make these changes that are there in the policy. If you're not going to implement them at the ground level, why have a policy? You have a policy on paper and you end up doing the same things over and over again. How do you think education will change? It's not going to change. So that made me get into this, and I said, let me do my little bit. Probably I will be able to touch a few lives, and that is much better than being a mute spectator. So began my journey, multiple schools with NCRT, doing a lot of research work for them, doing a lot of implementation work. That's where I learned a lot.
Exactly,
So
because we
rest is
teachers are
history.
known to
Once
be
you
eternal
get it,
learners.
yeah, you have to
Because
be a learner
it's
because
a
your
fact.
learning doesn't end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
we
right,
can't
right.
afford to be,
Ma'am,
mute
we cannot. That's what
spectators.
I was coming to. Exactly.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
you have to
seeing the current,
mobilize.
yeah, as our topic says, the current educational scenario, I think we've lost ma'am somewhere. I guess she's going to come back. Meanwhile, I have Mrs. Anita Sharma. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you? And we have, yes, ma'am is back.
Where, what happened?
I don't know,
Yeah,
ma'am. I think it just flipped off.
it just
Yeah.
flipped. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Tell
ma'am,
me.
you are quite aware of the current situation that is going on, right?
Mm,
And you being
mm,
in, being in the uh, syllabus streaming STEM, I would say, in the
mm,
syllabus
mm.
streaming system. What
Yeah.
do you think? Like, why is there so much of stress during this pandemic concerning and
See
pertaining?
what's happening. Yeah. Generally, what happens is the nature of a human being is such whenever he is, exposed or he gets an experience of something that is uncertain, unknown, and there is some kind of insecurity there. The normal way a person reacts is fear, worry, anxiety, distress, stress, a lot of those kind of things. So now with this COVID-19 pandemic here, what's happening is one really doesn't know, is there a treatment for it? Everybody says there's no treatment. So we understand there's going to be no treatment. We need a lot of immunity to make sure we don't contact that illness. So now, once we contact, what happens? Is there life beyond this? Or, those kind of insecurities working on your mind. I think it's natural for a human being to respond in such a way to a real or a perceived threat. This is a fear of insecurity. There's a fear of uncertainty, and I think it's a very normal and a very natural way of responding to this kind of an insecure environment. So I'm not seeing anything different that's happening. I think it's very normal what's happening, but it's unfortunate that the intensity of the problem is so grave. The number of people who are getting impacted is really high. There are quite a few people getting impacted, and there are very few, unfortunately, who want to acknowledge that I need help. They're not asking for help. And I don't know if we are all prepared to support people to stay mentally well and healthy during this period. But I know for one thing for sure, teachers are having a very difficult time, and teachers being a mother at home, giving care to people in their own homes, taking care of the elders, youngsters, they are under tremendous stress, and I think they need help. And that's what made me get into the pandemic. Otherwise, everybody's been talking about how do we reopen schools, and I said before that, you handle the teachers who are so stressed out. They need help. Give them that help first. बाकी
Definitely.
सब बाद में आएगा.
Exactly, because as per my data says that almost 90-95% teachers are being affected. Again, we've lost ma'am, I think. Let me see what ma'am is, where ma'am is lost. Hello, ma'am, where are you? Again, ma'am is not there. Yes, she's here.
Hey, what is happening? Why is it happening like this? Surprising.
I don't know. Like, we are live. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
there is some problem. I think there is an
there
issue,
is
but
some. Yeah, there is an issue. I
yeah,
can
I don't know.
feel because even your voice
Yeah.
is not coming
Okay.
very clearly. It's very
Is it
bumpy.
okay now?
I can hear. I can
Just a
understand what
minute.
you're saying. Of course.
Is
I
it
think
clear
because of the
now?
weather. Now you're very clear.
Quite possible because it's quite cloudy outside, and any
Same.
moment
I
it can
thought
rain.
as well. Yeah,
Any
yeah.
moment.
Same here. Even here, it's nice and dark. Gray it is, so probably it might. Yeah.
Yes,
It's okay.
ma'am. So, ma'am,
It,
like, I think the first question that I put up, it is quite in sync with our topic, mental wellness of parents, teachers, and students during COVID-19.
Mhm.
Right. So, ma'am, what would you give a message to the teachers so that their morale is boosted up, their spirits are high, they don't feel left out, though they are going through tremendous stress? Some words of motivation and encouragement for parents, teachers, and students as well, so that they can just wade off with this COVID-19 situation, which is emerging like a big monster in front of them.
Yeah. So what I suggest we do is probably we'll take it on two prongs. We'll address the adults first. So we look at the mature part of handling the stress, the strategies to handle that. And the next could be the children part. How do we help children during this stressful time? So that could be the immature, the baby part of it. So let's talk of the adult first. And once we know how to handle the adult side, probably we can consider the children next, because children are just an add-on. We are only going to be doing what our bit.
Yeah, because you know what, ma'am, I would request you to give strategies to cope up with stress, anxiety, and distress for both parents, teachers, and yes, the students as well,
And students.
because
So
they
we are
are
going to talk, yeah,
two.
we are going to do parents
Yeah.
and teachers first, and then we'll do the children
Parents and teachers
separately.
first and then- Exactly. Because what
Okay?
is there? The kids are always there who are wondering when are we going to get out of the house? When are we going to play in the fields? When are we going to
Yeah,
meet our friends?
correct.
So that keeps on popping up in their mind. How will we do it? When will we do it?
Correct. Okay, generally what happens is, one sign which is a very clear indicator that we are being stressed, we are getting stressed, there is distress, there is a lot of anxiety. The first few indications probably could be a lot of fear, a lot of those fleeting, racing thoughts that come to your mind as to what's going to be happening. Suddenly you feel very sad and you feel like crying, and there are many times you feel you're restless, you're not able to do a lot of things, you're irritable, you're very angry, and then you end up doing indulging in nasty arguments. The relationship with your children and your spouse, probably there's a lot of loss of patience with all of them. you know all these kind of things are the first indicator that probably you are very stressed, and you need to first take control of your own feelings, your emotions, and your own mental health. Because unless as an adult we are going to keep ourselves sane, I don't see how we are going to help the child. It's going to be very difficult. So we need to keep ourselves sane first, take care of your own mental health. And it's not very difficult, let me tell you. It's quite simple. You just got to be a little more mindful about the whole thing. So how do we begin? The first thing that I would recommend would be, number one, try and acknowledge the fact that you need help. Many of them are operating from a domain, नहीं नहीं मेरे को कोई stress नहीं है, I'm all good, I can manage it all myself. Anybody and everybody who says that probably is not in the right frame of mind. Probably they're just trying to look over the problem, they're not looking into the problem, they're not addressing the problem. I think the strategies will work if you accept you need help, because till you accept, nothing can help you. You need to convince yourself that I need help. Yeah, I can do better if I get some help from wherever, friends or family or whatever. So the first thing that I think we need to do is accept you need help. And remember another thing, in these kind of uncertain situations where we don't know where we are heading, what is going to happen, when it is going to happen, those kind of things, we need to remember a couple of things. One most important thing is, um, you need to ask yourself this question. There is this pandemic here. COVID is here on my left, right, all over. You get to hear a lot about it. Can you, as an individual, don't talk about the government, don't talk about your neighbors, health workers. No, you tell me from your own side. Can you single handedly stop it? Can you stop it? No, you can't stop it. So then why worry about it? But does that mean you should dump it and keep doing whatever you feel like? No. You need to now understand what is it that I can do best to stay well in this kind of a environment which has gotten created. What can you do? You do your bit. You take care of yourself and your family. And if everybody did that, I think half the problem is taken care of. Where is the fear then? You should fear something that you cannot, you should not fear that. You should bother about only those things that you can take care of. There is so many you can't take care of. So why bother about it? Let it be there. You do your bit to make sure that you're not going to enhance the problem. The problem is going to get covered up somewhere there. So the most important thing is you try and focus your action in something that is in your control. What is in your control? You and your actions, because they are all intentional. Anything that you do is going to be intentional. Taking care, your hygiene protocol for COVID, it's intentional. It doesn't happen by chance. The government has said, do this, wear a mask, wear this, wear that, wash your hands, sanitize, everything. But until you do it intentionally, it's not going to happen. So this is an intentional activity. So this is in your control. Do this first. Okay. And the next thing is, how are you going to take care of your own protection and the protection of others? Okay. Now, after you take care of these initial protocol, the COVID protocol, as we call it, make sure that the family that's with you, your family, your spouse, your children, your extended family, your neighbors, they're all in the same domain, at least where these basics are concerned. Wearing a mask, washing your hands, sanitizing, don't touch this, don't touch that, wear a glove, those kind of activities. These are something in your control. Do that. And the next thing that you need to do is, please have a routine which can be followed consistently over extended period. That means, since it is COVID, we don't say that since we are staying at home, all our activities have gone nullified. No, nothing is gone nullified. Like we are saying, this is a new normal. Your routine is also going to be a new normal now. Probably you didn't wash your hands so many times every day, which you're going to be doing. Please do. You touch here, go wash your hands. In probably in all normal phases of life, you would have gotten a lot physical with your own children and a lot of things, but now we are not supposed to get physical or too excessively physical with anybody. We need to maintain distancing no matter who we are. We may be a symptomatic carrier, you never know. So these are some new health protocol that we need to follow, and let's do that. These are all those things that are in your control. You can do them intentionally, so go ahead and do it. So you have to maintain this strictness about the new activities and the new regimen that you're going to create for yourself. Now, when you're going to be talking about a new regimen, what's going to happen? There are many things you will be doing which you had not done before. If you're a working lady, if you're a teacher, for example, like you were talking about a teacher, Reena, if you're a teacher, what's going to happen? You get ready in the morning, go to work, and you will come well after half the day is gone. So this period which you had been the 7 hours that you were out of the home, now you're inside the house. The kind of things that you're going to be is going to be so different. Probably you're not ready to do that. That's why I said that acceptance should come now. I'm going to do it. These are some small things that will make your life easy at this
Right.
point of time. They will not add stress to your life here. So now what's going to happen when you're having the 7 hours extra at home? What do? You need to try and get involved in those kind of
I
activities that are going to give you a lot of joy and happiness. That could be painting, that could be singing, that could be taking pictures of your children, that could be reading a book, trying out a new recipe. It's everything. All those kind of things are going to take the front stage now. It could be gardening, it could be doing an interior, it could be sewing, making a new dress for yourself, for your child, or whatever that gives you pleasure. Probably this is the time for self-compassion, as we call it. Generally, people would say, don't be so full of yourself. But at this time, being full of yourself actually helps, you to do a lot of things which you have never been doing before. Now it's a new routine also for you, which is a new normal, which is happening. So you need to make the little changes to your own routine here. And now when we're talking of this physical distancing, now what's going to happen? We teach our children as little babies, when grandparents come, go give a hug to your nana, dada, whatever who's come, give him a kiss. Little babies, these are some things we normally say. We hear many of them do that in their families, go give him a hug and come, those kind of something. But a child who's grown with this kind of nurturing, this kind of grooming, now suddenly is being told, don't go near them. Don't go hug somebody. Don't kiss him. Now, how are you going to explain to these 4-year-olds and 5-year-old children why something that was right a couple of months back is no longer correct? Why? What's happened? See, these are very challenging times, and these are some things which cause a lot of stress to a parent, especially because he or she has no answer to these questions. How do we explain? Do we go and tell the child, COVID ho gaya? What does he care that 5-year-old COVID hua, nahi hua? He doesn't know. All that he is seeing is the TV is saying Corona, 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 and my mummy, daddy are getting very upset and anxious about the entire thing. And because that is happening, they're telling me, don't do this and don't do that.
Exactly, because there is nothing else that is coming on news. Nothing else.
See, there is
Even
nothing.
on be it
Yeah,
news channels,
your,
be it
your social
Facebook,
media,
be it Twitter,
everywhere,
anywhere,
everywhere.
anywhere you go and there
Yeah,
is only, it has been
there's
captured by COVID,
Corona.
rather, I would say.
That's it. So, there's so much of fear. Actually, this excessive social media and the press coverage, the media coverage is what is increasing that anxiety, because you're being thronged by the same information again and again. Because every 1 hour later, you listen to the news. What does it say? A few hundreds have increased, a few thousands have increased in number, a few tens and twenties have
Exactly.
passed away, and they're not giving any respect to the COVID dead. Those kind of things add trauma to you. So I think if you have to maintain some kind of sanity, you need to filter out this kind of information. You have a routine where you say, I listen to the news 8 a.m. in the morning and 9 p.m. at night, nothing in between. I'll watch everything else. I'll talk to my friends, I will do this, I will do that. But news is only 2 times a day, 7 a.m. Like medicine, you have 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. That's it. Whatever you hear there, you hear. And something which is really disturbing, I think you can switch it off for a while and put it on again to see if there is something better that they're going to share. That
I
itself
have
will
I
reduce.
have built up a regime, ma'am.
Hmm.
I have
Good, yeah.
built up a regime. I'm not only watching news on TV. It's
Huh.
only in the morning that I go through the newspaper. Otherwise, I'm not watching any news. It's so
Yeah,
disturbing every time.
it's
COVID,
very
COVID, COVID.
disturbing.
What I'm more
Yeah,
concerned is that when, yeah, exactly, because when you are watching TV, with you,
yeah.
and that is giving a very like solid impact on their mind that
It's
COVID is there, COVID is there, COVID is there. They are
and when
forgetting to live their normal lives.
yes, COVID, fine. It has changed the way we used to live, but it's not stopping you from living. It's not. Why should
Exactly.
it stop you? Now, people are talking of physical distancing. Now, tell me, does physical distancing stop you from connecting with your friends via some other media? Telephone,
No?
your WhatsApp messages? Why not? Why are we not doing it? Why are we saying हम तो दोस्तों को मिल ही नहीं पा रहे? एक WhatsApp video call करो. Come on, I see you now. I'm seeing you. I don't feel.
That's what I
Yeah,
did with all of you. That's what I did with all of you before connecting. I
absolutely.
didn't I
That's
didn't come physically. I just made a call, ma'am. I want you online. I am doing this show, and that's
awesome.
everybody said, okay, fine. We are okay with it.
Absolutely.
We
Yes.
are trying to
You
give
know,
something to the children, the teachers and parents and everybody.
absolutely. Yes. So you don't stop. So when we are trying to say that this is what is happening, that doesn't stop you from doing a lot of things. It's going to get you to do it a little differently. So how is that different going to happen, and how is it going to impact our lives is what you need to see. Now, what is right for me may not be right for you, because your house might give you a lot of conveniences and a lot of privileges in your domain, which my house may not permit me. So we cannot say that there's just one rule which will suit everybody. It's not going to suit everybody. So you need to understand what is to be done. Like I said, you need to have a new set of routine activities which all of you will be doing in your house. So that routine can be different from my routine. So create one for yourself which suits you and your children, your spouse, your in-law, all the people who are living with you in the house. Take care of that. So this kind of resilient modification is what is needed, and which I think many of us are missing out. And since we are not doing it, many of us are getting into the domain of not feeling good. ये कोरोना क्या आ गया, हम ऐसे हो गए, हम वैसे हो गए, हम पिक्चर नहीं देख पा रहे हैं. क्यों भाई? नेटफ्लिक्स नहीं है क्या? अमेजॉन प्राइम नहीं है? What? Down, stream and watch. Why do you need to go to the theater? Why are you so
You
bothered?
got
You
so
can go to a
many,
theater.
you got so many portals. Hot Disney,
You got so
Hotstar,
many.
Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. There's so
How?
many portals. Disney,
Yes. Why?
Netflix,
Because when I was doing
and
some
our TV
webinars,
is bombarding 24/7.
yes, So now you don't even have to bother
24/7
about.
the satellite is recording TVs.
And the next thing is 24/7 hai, and you can
So,
watch it
ma'am,
at your convenience. तो जब देखना देखा, जहां रोकना रोका, उठे
exactly.
बैठे गए. It's so free, it's so convenient. So the bottom line is, you need to develop resilience. Resilience is the capacity to bounce back in this kind of a situation. आ गया है, हो गया है. Now I can't do gilly 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 corona go. It won't go. It is here to stay.
Go.
Okay, so yeah, it won't go. So if it is not going to be going, we need to learn to live with it. So we have to plan in and around corona. That's okay. You get a friend also to watch the same film. जहां पे भी dialogue मारना है, you want to share a joke with her, call her. Did you see what they said? Come on, hold it for a moment. Stop it. Pause karo. You can do a lot. Technology has given us so much leverage. We can do it. Probably we are not aware of what is to be done. This is what we say, that Corona has taken all of us by surprise. It just came, and it came with a bang. Nobody was prepared. The teachers were not prepared for online lessons. They were not prepared to.
But our teachers did a wonderful job. They did a wonderful
They're
job picking
superb.
up everything. They are superb,
They're
excellent.
just
They did an
superb. Yeah,
excellent job.
they are
Within
just
hours, they picked up.
fantastic.
That
See,
is
they
what,
never knew.
that is what has touched me, ma'am. That is what has really touched me. Our teachers are there for our kids 24/7. They are not thinking about anything and they are doing it.
See, actually, this is why the teachers are also getting stressed. Why are the teachers getting stressed? Because unfortunately, since it was just thrown, they were thrown into it. Online media में करना है. आज क्लास में बच्चों को देखा, कल तो घर में पढ़ाना है. That's all. Were they taught? Were they trained? No. So how do they handle? So what has happened is, the teachers are being called up, are being connected with 24/7. She has her own family, her own children to take
I
care.
have a
How
question.
does she cope? And how does she cope everything? Like in school, you have time from this to this. She should do the same thing at home. You have time from this to this. After this, I won't take your call. Just message and relax. When I see your message, I'll respond. Because she needs some me time. She's not a bonded labor, always at your mercy. And unfortunately, that's what happens.
Exactly.
We think the
Ma'am,
teacher's
on this,
always available.
I have a question. I
Huh.
would require your expert suggestions,
Hmm.
special and different strategies for educators to handle this situation so that they are at peace, parents are at peace, students are at peace. What strategies would you recommend that they take up and they do their work even more efficiently?
Number one, she should identify all the tasks that are controllable by her, that are in her control during COVID. What is it that you can do and how much you can do? If you're going to take more than you can handle, definitely you're going to be stressed out. So you first identify what is it that you can do. Probably that could, because see, you need to find a balance between these remote teaching that you're indulging in and your own family activities. Your family members, the attention that they need, the kind of work that you need to be doing in the house, whatever it is. At this point of time, I think all of us have ended up even cooking, cleaning, everything is happening. Teaching your own children, doing the dishes, lots of things we've been doing. And we have this remote learning, remote lessons that she has to do. So there has to be a work and life balance. Work is work, life is life. So she needs to demarcate an area in her house which she says, this is my work area. So what happens? It should be very clear. The minute she enters her work area, she's going to be working. The house doesn't get talked about. Children and family are outside the room. And after the time X, which she has designated for herself, she'll be out of this room and she doesn't talk about work. She has her family and the other activities which she need to do. So till she succeeds in bringing this division between work and her life, she's going to be stressed. That she will have to do. I think this is a skill she has to develop now. This is the new skill that she needs to develop in herself. She needs to know it. And the next thing that she needs to do is, while doing all these things, she also needs to create and carve out some time which she calls as my time. That is a time when you're going to be doing things that give you absolute joy, something you love doing, even if it is sleeping for half an hour, too good, because that's giving you joy, that's giving you comfort. Go ahead and do it. So she needs to create some me time because she has to unwind also. So she has
Exactly.
to do it, watching a film, singing a song, listening to a song, read a book, painting, embroidery, whatever her choice. It could even be cooking, cooking something very nice, continental food, cooking Indian food, feeding her children. It could be anything, anything that gives you joy. Go ahead and do it. That's your me activity. And the next thing is, make it a point that you're not going to be sitting and doing the same set of activity over a few hours at a stretch. All of us have this habit. We start a work and we go on doing it without a break. No, get your body moving. you know don't keep sitting in one place. Change posture, get up, go for a short walk, see how things are happening, or do some stretching exercise in your office or your work area, whatever, but just get your body moving. And the next thing is self compassion. See, the self compassion is turning towards your own self. You need to see, what is it that I can do, what is it that's giving me joy, how much can I do, how much is it going to benefit me. Generally we say don't be so full of yourself, like I said, but at this point of time, an increase in self compassion, I think, is welcome. You need to get to understand yourself. You need it a lot at this point of time to maintain some kind of a mental wellness, or the feeling that you're feeling good, you're not feeling sick and stressed out. And the next one is, you need to have a very reasonable expectation from others. Like, you are stressed out, your children are stressed, the people you are relating to are also stressed, maybe your spouse is stressed, your in-laws, your parents, everybody's under stress because there's a new situation for everybody. So if you have some kind of reasonable expectation from your own family, your students who are across, who are with you virtually, and their parents, life will be easy. You cannot expect the same kind of learning outcome and deliverable from the student at this point of time. Don't do it.
You're very true
because
in this, ma'am. You're very true. Because right now
because
the situation is like it's like slipping out of your hands,
yeah.
It's
And
been
now,
more than 3 months. The kids are just confined in the boundaries of the house. They're not moving out. There's no physical activity. There is no
yes,
creative. Yes,
definitely.
definitely. The schools are giving them some online yoga sessions, meditation sessions, and all that. But that's not working on them. It's
You
it's
know what
it's
is
just for.
happening? It's just that you're telling them that we are doing something, but are you getting that
Yes,
kind of a
yes,
result which you would get when the student is right in front of you? You'll never get,
exactly.
because that is the difference between a real classroom and a virtual classroom. But something is better than nothing, and considering that the world is moving towards technology, we need to get familiar with this domain also. But this
Exactly.
technology
So in a
has to
way,
be
again, we
looked
have like,
the technology is to be
ma'am, please, please.
considered a tool. It is an aid to a teacher. It is not going to replace a teacher. A teacher is a teacher is a teacher. A technology is a tool that is going to aid a teacher's lessons, her classroom management. It's going to be as a help to a teacher, but it cannot replace a teacher. Many of us have this kind of a thing. Virtually lesson ho gaya to kya hai? Did you do it the way it happened there? No, it's not, and it's not going to happen. So we try to get the best out of both worlds. What can be done? Something from here, and take technology to add on. That's all the best that you can do. So now what is going to happen? Now when you're virtually connected with students, many of them, for some wild reasons, I've had a few of the principals talking about challenges that their teachers had, because even parents, this is the first time, this is a new situation for a parent also. So even they were not
Exactly.
conducting themselves in an appropriate way.
Higher
And
practice.
So there was a
Entire
complete
of our age,
mismatch.
you know.
Hmm.
For
So
our
there was a
generation, like
uh,
we've not seen plague and we've not seen the space flu and all that.
yeah,
But for our generation, it is something, which is going to be there in us throughout our life. Nobody can ever forget
definitely.
this time. Nobody.
No, this is the first time, and it's really very intense, very severe. So, with this kind of a situation where
Exactly.
everything is new for everybody, we cannot expect the best performances or best deliverance or best demonstration or evidence of outcome on behalf of children. So, have a very reasonable expectation from students and the concerned behavior from the parent also. See, many parents who are actually having a tough time trying to get more income. Probably one of them has lost his or her job. They're short of finances. Then there may be some who don't have enough gadgets to provide for 3 children at the same time. Many of them who are trying to make ends meet probably will be looking at whatever domains which can be compromised upon, and the first thing that takes a hit is internet. इंटरनेट नहीं है तो क्या है, खाना तो हो जाएगा, महीने का 500 रुपया बचता है, leave that internet, so you're finished, where is your online lesson, that child is lost. So this is a very weird kind of a situation which has gotten created, and everybody in even in the distant areas is trying to innovate and come up with some novel practices to make sure that the children are learning something. So everybody's really working hard, and I'd like to congratulate. I know a lot of very nice success stories about how teachers are teaching. There's one I'd like to share here. I think there's a story in from Jharkhand. What is happening? They realize they don't have internet connection there. Since there are no internet connections there, how do we teach them? The gap between the last day of school and now is getting wider and wider, and children are getting distance from school learning and a lot of those kind of things. So what did the teacher do? Believe me, she was speaking on a mic, and there was a loudspeaker in front of her house. All the children in and around could hear what she's speaking, what she was teaching. So she was doing a lesson on a loudspeaker. She said there were no radios, nothing. No, we don't need anything. Just a mic and a loudspeaker. Every village has. So we use the loudspeaker. So this is such a creative way of doing it, so she didn't miss internet. So she says, बिना internet के भी हमारा हो गया, हम loudspeaker में बोले हैं. मैंने कहा अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा किया. So she had sent something in written, and we, this being shared. We were saying this is all good that's happening in COVID. So see, in this kind of a difficult time, there is a saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. There's also another side to it. What happens here? There are two kinds of people who look at the challenging situation and they get upset and give up and sit. There are others who are the smarter lot, and what do? They look for an opportunity in this time of challenge. And people who look at opportunities make a killing at this time. We have examples of people, if you remember, at one time, our Prime Minister had also said, you need to be self reliant, voice of Make in India, you share it, those kind of things. And suddenly, if you realize, we started getting so many messages saying anybody who needs face mask, please come and take it. So there are a few people who made a killing, who are making mask after mask, and there are so many who are making PPE kits. So because this is the need of the hour, nothing else is more precious than a mask and a PPE kit. So people who are getting into it, they made a killing. So he's not fretting. It's the same corona for him, but he made this adversity his what do you call income generating activity, where he managed to do the maximum. So what is going to happen is, every time there's a situation, they're going to be having two kinds of people. Now you decide what you want to be. You want to keep sitting and cribbing over what is there, or try to make the best out of what is going to be happening. And there is nothing wrong in being unapologetic. If there is something that you don't know or you're not able to do, just accept and say, nahi ho raha, I'm not able to do it, come on, relax, jab hoga hum kar lenge. Because at this point of time, you can't be expected to be a master of everything, everywhere, every time, anytime. No. As adults, we are all having a difficult time because we are having to maintain our own wellness and try to cater for the wellness of that little child that we have in the house, or a teenager, or a child, no matter how old he or she is. We need to cater to the wellness of uh, these little children also. So as adults, I think we need to maintain mental wellness to make sure that our children are going to maintain wellness as well. And another thing that we need to do as a family is, um, uh, we need to get a comfort out of asking our children to get involved with us in a more creative way. Most of the times what is happening, we always said, bache hain, they don't know what to do. But no, if you can give them age appropriate activity to be indulged, I think children also understand the complexity of the situation, and they are in a position to contribute and come to terms with this kind of a new normal, and not just say that we are not able to do everything, so I won't do, start ranting, screaming, scolding them. No, that doesn't help. So as adult, I think we need to organize ourselves better to make sure that our children are also going to stay mentally healthy, like we are going to make an effort to stay healthy also. So if you are going to be healthy, your children are certainly going to be healthy. So if you want our children to be stress free, we need to make sure that we are going to be performing better than we are at this moment, and suit to the requirements of this current situation that's gotten created. Then I think it should be much easier than it is now. After all, the novel situation, so it's not going to be that easy, but it'll be certainly better than it was before.
Right. So, ma'am, like your
Children.
experience says, you've had more than 3.5, yes, 3.5 decades of being with children, I would call it that way.
Yeah.
Not training teachers, of being with children. So,
Yes.
I guess I'm very sure most of your students have been doing wonderfully well.
Mm.
So now, those students who are yet to be where they need to be in future, how would you help them cope up with the anxiety and stress that is around?
Number one, again, uh, see, children get stressed out again when they are uncertain about what is going to happen in future. This future is something that scares many people. The uncertainties, the anxieties. Kya hoga? Many children, if you really ask the senior children, um, what is it that's bothering you? You're looking so stressed out. The first thing they will say is, मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा मैं बड़ा होके मैं क्या बनूंगा. Many will say this to you. मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा मैं क्या पढ़ूंगा. What should I study? Everybody says science is the best. Science तो मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगती. You look at that, the future is what scares children. So if we can groom children to come to terms with this as a normal practice, which every human being is going through, their friends, we've all gone through, then at this point, you have to take a call as to what you want to do. Or if you think you're not really okay to take a call, then you should be mentally prepared to probably head for a change when it warranted. Like now you take science, a little later you realize science was not my stream, then we are made to change your stream, you should be mentally prepared. So this kind of a support is what a child needs. And if this he gets from his family, I can guarantee you the stress factor is zero. He's certainly not going to be stressed because he knows my parents are there to help me. Even if I've made a wrong decision, my parents will help me. They are not going to pounce on me and say, मैंने तो पहले ही कहा था. Yeah, this is the next thing. You ask them what's bothering them. They'll say, नहीं फिर तो हमें lecture सुननी पड़ती है माँ बाप से. मम्मी पापा बहुत सुना देते हैं फिर. This is a very unfortunate thing, unfortunately, with these little children. ठीक है, there are many who are able to take a call and there are many else who are not able to take a call. I think we should be available for those who are not able to take a call, and then try and make it very clear to them that there's nothing wrong in not being able to take a call. That's okay. We know a lot of people who are 30 years old, and they still are saying, I'm waiting for my call. I said, what call? Then they said that find the big call, as to what I need to be doing. I said, are you serious? He says, yes. You know, so there are people like that. So then it's okay. I think there's a place for everybody. We should not be bothering them with this kind of thing. इतने बड़े हो गए हो, अब भी नहीं पता बस. That's it. नहीं पता तो नहीं पता. पता चल जाएगा. But again, at this point of time, I'd even like to say, if a child says things like this, that I don't know what is it that I need to be doing, I think to some extent even parents are responsible. You should have given them more exposure. I'm not trying to say कि भाई एक साल गाना क्लास इवनिंग म्यूजिक क्लास में डाल दिया, एक साल गिटार करवा दिया, नहीं. You at least give them that exposure, let them get a feel of a lot of things. And here the school plays a big role, because a family may not be able to do so much as a school can do. So if the school has multiple range of activities, the child experiences a lot of things, and then you can say that probably he has seen a lot, he's experienced a lot, and now probably the call that he's going to take may be something which is going to be permanent. Probably this is exactly what he wants to do. So if you want children to be stress-free, I think we need to facilitate that whole thing. We'll need to create that kind of an environment which probably helps them take that kind of a call, which is going to be more permanent, and it causes less stress for the child on any front. Like, he's not afraid to reach out to people. I think so. It's both. It's a pair school and home partnership that needs to work, and where that works well, and I think it's a cakewalk. Children don't struggle there. Many of them.
Right. So again, now I have got almost 6 to 7 votes on bringing parents, teachers, and students on the same platform, and parents and school working hand in hand.
Wow.
Today, it's not today, in fact, tomorrow it will be almost 1 week that we are airing this show live on Facebook. And we have got really tremendous response from people. And day by day, our YouTube channel subscribers are also increasing, because
Very nice.
we have been uploading all the videos.
Oh, very nice.
Because
Good,
it's
yeah.
not,
Good work.
yes, it's C's group, and everybody who has been missing the live conversations have been watching them on YouTube, because
Very
I
nice.
don't want that whatever we discuss, it should just be deleted after some days. That
Very
is the
true. They
reason
have
why,
to.
that is why we
We have to.
created this.
Very nice. It's a
Yeah.
great initiative, actually. And I think these are some things which help an adult, whether it's a parent or it's a teacher, whoever, it helps them a lot. We are not trying to say that, everywhere, every time, all the time, nothing of this kind. But most of the time, we have realized when teachers listen to these kind of activities in their leisure time, the learning is the best. The takeaway is the most.
Exactly.
So I think if we
And
can give
just,
them this time, yeah.
in fact, ma'am, please you continue, then I'll take over.
So what I was trying to say was, so the more we give them these kind of experiences, like, we've spoken something, we had a small chat, and she can take it, she can listen to this at a time that's convenient to her, when she's in a mood to listen to something that is being said by somebody. These kind of things matter a lot, the kind of mood that you are in, and the kind of environment that you are sitting in. So all these kind of things, like, this is the same as it is for a student. So if this
Exactly.
online classes give this advantage of a video recorded lesson, which is mailed to them, so the child can listen to this lesson at his own time. Probably he learns better then. So, this flexibility we need to give. I think this is where we say technology is going to aid a teacher's teaching or facilitation. Like, like we are doing now, which
Right.
gets recorded. She listens. The same thing the
That's-
student will know. The teacher records her lesson, and when she sends it, the child can listen to it whenever.
In fact, your idea, Kusum ma'am's idea, and many more principals' ideas, they have given me a new boost up that I start
Hmm.
something for students also. So very soon, from the 16th or the 17th of July, we will be launching our importance of storytelling in a student's life, wherein
Oh,
we will be
good.
having yes, we will be having storytellers from
Lovely.
across the globe. They will be
Oh,
live, and we will be having puppet shows also. I am still
then
trying
you,
to figure out few puppet shows.
then
Let's
you
see,
should
puppet show. Yes, ma'am.
then I think you need to do something. You should watch. There is a documentary in the UGC docket. That is a documentary film that I made for the UGC. That is way behind, some about 20 years back. Okay, that
Ma'am,
had
if you could
a lot.
send me the link.
Sorry,
Please
I'll
send
send
me
you
the
the link.
link.
I'll do
Yeah.
that. So what happens is, it is in their library, UGC, and it had to do a lot about the puppetry in our country, and then we compared it with the puppets from Russia. Then we had in Latvia, a few countries like this. It is really beautiful. The Eastern Europe
Yeah.
puppets. Then
And
we
I
had
would
your Middle
request
Asia.
I
Very
would
nice.
request all the principals who are watching us live, please tell your parents to log into this live puppet shows and storytelling sessions, because they will be having a very different experience altogether. It won't be only Indian puppet shows and
Mm,
storytellers. In fact, people from abroad are also joining us. And that
very
is
nice.
going to make something different. In fact, I would say that the entire teaching fraternity, because I consider storytellers and puppet show artists also to be teachers, because they are
Oh,
teaching our children something. They are teaching our
definitely.
children something. This is a period, this whole pandemic has brought the entire world together. And I
Yeah,
am very happy for the response that we are getting. Nobody is denying our request, because
very
we are
nice.
doing it for the children, for the teachers, for the parents. I would request
Definitely.
everybody to please, like you are having your online classes, please tell your students and your parents to take out at least half an hour to 45 minutes a day for our puppet show as well. And we will definitely be having a very interactive session, though the students cannot come on live, nor can the parents be live, but yes, they can definitely send in their questions in our message box, in our comments, and that very moment we will be answering your questions. Second thing, I would also request them to be ready with the piece of paper and a pencil for the first episode. Like, we will be having it in episodes, the stories will be in episodes. That is where at the end of the day, whether it's a 30-minute session or a 40-minute session or 20-25-minute session, the storyteller is going to put on some questions, and I would request all of you to please answer them, because that is going to increase your inquisitiveness, your thought process, and that is how you will connect the story of this day to the next day.
Definitely.
So this is our new thought process which I have developed during this 1 week, and definitely we will do it wonderfully with
It will go well because
all your support
definitely.
and cooperation, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. See, like we always say, children love to listen to stories. So
Exactly.
it's not
That is how we
necessary that,
you also grew up, ma'am.
yeah. So, you don't need to always talk about a thirsty crow story and ask them what is the moral of the story. And the child says, try, keep trying, get innovative. You know, we can do better things, and rather than just leaving it where it is, ask for a moral of the story and they say thank you and put it down. You can do better things with it. You know,
Exactly.
children, their creativity, you know, I think children do a great
Because
job with
the
that because,
question why I have decided to put in questions is so that we can redefine their thinking process. We can
yeah,
redefine their creative thinking.
True. It really helps a lot. Like I say, I keep saying, in every training of mine, see, the activities and the textbook will be the same. There's nothing wrong. We can't expect the textbook to change every year. Probably twice,
Yes.
after every 2 years or 3 years. That's a different thing. But every year it can't change. But one thing that can change is the way you do the same lesson. You need not do it the
Exactly.
same way again and again. We have known parents who have two children, they preserve the books of the elder child, saying that mere chote bacche ke kaam aayega, chote bete ke. Because the teacher doesn't change anything. The questions are the same, the topic for essay is same, the topic for the project work is same, even the fill in the blanks items are same. Nothing changes. So if your education is going to be doing the same thing over and over again, how do you think you can bring about a difference by doing the same thing again and again? You need to do something differently if you want to see a change, right? And when we
Exactly.
say education is agent of social change, doing the same mundane thing again and again, year after year, and saying हम हमारा तो नहीं change होता है, कैसे होगा? क्या किया आपने change करने के लिए? Nothing. What will change? Nothing will change. So if we want to bring about this differential, if we want to bring about this difference in the lessons, we need to do the lessons a little differently. And the differently does not mean that, you need to be an Einstein to, get into all those kind of things. A little bit of creativity. And I think a lot of communication and collaboration with your fraternity matters. Like, I know when I train, see, I train a lot, and I've been traveling a hell a lot, training teachers, principals on a variety of topics, and a lot of training for children. I think I would have trained Reena. I've trained more than 1 lakh, right?
Yes.
So, so this kind of a training,
Like
I like it.
I've just discussed about 5,600 workshops. I have not
Yeah.
discussed. In fact, it is above 5,600. And I didn't exactly, I didn't remember the number of teachers you've trained. That's why I didn't mention it.
Yeah, actually. So what I'm trying to
Because
say is,
last
there
night,
are many.
I think you are also aware the enthusiasm that's going on among our storytellers. Last night, I
Yeah,
think 10:30, quarter to 11, I
when
received
we
a
were
call from
talking,
US.
we were
Yeah,
talking.
it's
Yeah.
Sherry Norfolk
Yeah.
who's going to get up early morning 6:30 US time and be with us for the storytelling session.
That's what I'm saying.
So this
And I
is
know people,
yeah,
and I also know a
this
couple
is
of people from Canada who are also joining midnight. It's 2:30 for them. Yeah.
that's great. That's
Yes.
great.
So we
So
are, we are. So there's a lot of collaboration that is happening, a lot of communication that's happening here. I think if we can do it even among our own teachers, instead of
exactly.
being very resistant to these kind of activities, I think we can make the difference that we are all looking to make. Like
And I would request the principals also, if you
yeah,
have really good storytellers among your teachers, please do tell them to join this. They will
yeah,
definitely
they
make a
should.
difference.
They
Yes, they
should.
should.
They should, because there's nothing like getting empowered. And anybody who feels they need to get their teachers recharged, and probably, I think they can get in touch with Reena. Reena can get in touch with me, and we can try and do something for them,
Definitely,
right?
ma'am.
Because
Definitely, we can
there
do.
are many teachers, many principals who feel, because the webinar I had day before yesterday, that was on Wednesday, if I'm not wrong. That principal was very upset. She's saying my teachers are so upset. They're not able to do it properly. They're not happy with the way the parents are trying to participate in the activity. The parents are asking questions. The child is not asking any question. The child has gotten up and gone away. The mother is writing down the notes. She said, "Ma'am, what is this?" So we had we had this small session as to how they can get the whole thing going, and how they can address the parents and try to tell them to come up with some kind of a desirable behavior, suitable behavior, to be a part of this. So we can, if there is some kind of an activity. But the bottom line is, we know it's a very stressful time, and we also know it's not going to we can't wish it away. It's going to be there for a while. Like I said, we need to try and make it and make the best of the situation to see that we tide over it and we very gracefully pass through this, because this is not going to go away anywhere. We should not sit and sulk and say, "Arey, COVID aa gaya." We all know COVID aa gaya. We are all here facing the same kind of something. But like I said, we are going to use COVID for our benefit. Maximum coverage. Now you tell me, if this platform was not created, would we have spoken to so many principals who probably are in line with you now? We may not have. Till they registered for the workshop and done everything, we could have done it.
That is why,
Now,
ma'am,
no matter where you are,
that is why I did not choose any other portal, because then it becomes too many faces, too many voice on the same screen, and it creates a problem, because when I am talking to
yeah,
somebody, or somebody is talking, it's not only me. When two people are talking and there are too many people, then there are confrontations, there are problems, which cannot be resolved so easily. Right. Though,
correct.
though
Yeah,
I could have taken live streaming for any other platform where I could have had 100 or 200 or 300 people to register, or even 1,500 or 2,000. But that doesn't mean that what we are discussing one to one. I think we've lost ma'am again. Anyways, tomorrow we will be here with Mr. Roy Anderson, who is going to discuss about the Anderson attitude of teaching, because that is something really different. Yeah, ma'am is back.
this is funny.
Yeah, ma'am, I will give an introduction of Mr. Roy Anderson, who's our speaker for tomorrow. He
Oh,
is
good.
Yes, he is an author for almost 7, 8 books on education and society. Tomorrow he will be because now there has been too much of COVID strategies, this, that. Now we need to have something, which can definitely help our teachers in imparting better knowledge and education to our kids. So
Yeah,
me and Mr. Anderson, we decided that we will not talk on COVID or
good.
the situation that is going on. We will be talking on, he has developed a very different methodology of teaching,
Hmm.
and that is named as Anderson attitude of teaching.
Hmm.
So we will be discussing on that, and I think it's going to be a fantastic show tomorrow, because
Hmm.
he is the one who has researched and proved that intelligence is not inherited from parents.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of my topmost questions to him. If he is seeing me, please be prepared for it, Mr. Anderson. I'll be asking you this question tomorrow because I'm very
Actually,
inquisitive
it
for
is.
this.
Yeah, actually, good. Very
So keeping
nice. I
these
think
things,
he's.
like, we have had enough of COVID, and like we were talking about the platform, the thing is that, like, we are talking one to one right now. If it had been a platform for inducting too many principles and all, like, we wouldn't have been able to listen to anyone.
Correct. It would have been certainly difficult.
Everybody would have got hardly 10, 15, 20 minutes time. And
Hmm.
I feel personally that is not sufficient to impart something good that others can imbibe.
Correct.
So this is it. Tomorrow we will be back
So,
with
yeah.
Mr. Roy Anderson around 3:30. Just a minute, I'll just figure out his time. Just give me a second. Yes, we will be here by 4:30, and let's see
4:30.
how long the talk. Yes, 4:30 tomorrow
Okay.
we'll be logging in. Till then, bye bye
Perfect.
and take care.
Thank you. Bye bye. Best of luck to everybody.